for you new folks, ham morsels is an idea we came up with early in the year to give some little short tidbits of information on amateur radio, kind of directed to people at the tech level, but the feedback we've been getting is everybody enjoys it. They all like it. And they're just little, hopefully short talks by a techno peasant, non-engineer, history major to make everybody know what's going on. I need that closer. Oh, hey, so this is Twas the Net Before Christmas. A lot of folks who've been around on the net the week of Christmas are familiar that I usually do this for that net. And it's compliments. It's usually we talk about old traditions, new traditions, reinvented traditions, kind of like this one. And my apologies go to Clement Clark Moore for he was the original author in 1823 of A Visit by St. Nicholas, better known as 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. And I have to give credit to Gary, KN4AQ, who he has given permission for me to edit his poem, Ham's Christmas, and use it. And that was from the October 2004 QST magazine. They actually featured it in there. So, 'tis the net before Christmas, and listening on 2 meters, not a signal was keying the N0XLF repeater. The antennas reached up from the tower quite high to catch the weak signals that bounced in the sky. The children, well, it must be the technicians, took their HTs to bed to dream of the day they'd be extras instead. So I put on my headphones and searched for a soda. Little Slovenian soda guy there. Bob, Joyce, even Steve with a goat. I guess. It's TRD on a POTA. Now, Tricia, there's a CQ I would note. We had a nice QSO as QSOs would go. A new park with a late shift. The pile-up will grow. My cell phone went ding. Whose text is out there? Michael is doing Parks on the Air. He's calling CQ. It's K0EZE. It's a rare park, and it's just for me. Okay, settle down. There's more to hear. DX is out there somewhere on the air. So I tuned around 40 in search of Bill. Imagine South Africa. Ah, what a thrill. There I was barefoot, 100 watts in a wire, clear as a bell, like the sound of a choir. When all of a sudden the meter was pegged, so much noise, oh no, who would know what was said? Then I ran to the window and stared up at the sky to see what would generate RF that high. Well, it was way in the distance, but the moon made it gleam, a tiny flying sleigh with an 8-element beam. And a little old driver who looked slightly grim. So I thought for a moment, it might be our Elmer Jim. His knowledge of radio is next to the top. I'll never know half of what he has forgot. But no, it was Santa of Hams, on a mission this Christmas to clean up the bands. He circled the house, then stopped in his track and slid down the coax right into my shack. He cleared off the shack desk of papers and parts and filled out my late QSL cards for a start. He ran copper braid, took a steel rod and pounded, and then said with a grin, ho, 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 now this station's grounded. He tightened loose fittings, resoldered connections, cranked down modulation, and installed lightning protection. Then he reached really deep in the bag that he brought, and he pulled out a box. A new rig's what I thought. A new Kenwood, an ICOM, a Yaesu for me, an Elecraft, Tentec, or Flex. Could it be? And if he thought I'd been bad, well, it just might be QRP. He hooked it all up and in record time, quickly worked 100 countries. And yes, they were mine. I should be happy it was my call that he sent, but the cards and the postage will cost me a month's rent. Then he grabbed his HT, looked me straight in the eye, punched a code on the pad. He was gone. No goodbye. I ran back to the station, and the pileup was big, but a card from St. Nick would be worth my new rig. It's too late, for his final came over the air. It was copied all over. It was heard everywhere. But up in the sky, the ham Santa would call to the hams of Tri-Lakes, Merry Christmas to all. Thank you.